Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an impromptu ship tour with Gazbeard in Star Citizen, looking at the new Anvil C8 Pisces shuttlecraft, which is quantum engine enabled with the option to add a jump drive for inter-system jumps and exploring wormholes. It's a pretty small little ship. It's a nice size for a number of roles though. Let's take a good look at it. I'm here on the roof of one of the ArcCorp towers. I didn't wander too far away from Riker. I just came for a quick look-see. Let's just take in some of the city view at night. That's all real physicalized city. We can fly down in among all of that, and as long as we don't get under the, I think it's 300 or 500 meter mark, we won't get destroyed. Okay, this is the side view of the Pisces. As you can see, it's a very small, compact little ship. Rear loading ramp, which is great for doing personalized cargo box missions. And as you come in, you've got all your components here on the left and right of this entranceway. 2 SCU of cargo space on each side. So it's a center aisle, the same as the Reliance. And I'm not sure if those are component areas or not. It says ordnance. So presumably that's things like ammunition, flares, chaff, and all of that sort of stuff. Lots of strapping down points for tying down boxes and stuff. Your cargo grids on each side. Midships, you've got a pair of jump seats, so you can take a pair of passengers with you. And more components in here: scanner, shield generator, and up here, radar, computer, battery. Everything in this ship is rated small. You won't find anything medium in it. Let's just get that door closed. It's got a very Star Trek The Next Generation shuttle size feel about it. Usual Anvil rotating pilot's chair. Also used, the same principle used on the Origin ships as well. And as you can see, we've got lots and lots of ships flying around us. They're probably wanting to get onto this pad. We'll let them on in a second. Let's just have a quick look round the cockpit controls. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 6 MFDs. Good range of switches that give you different options. And it would be easy enough to set one of these, well, I mean, particularly here where you've got 2 showing you the same thing. You could set one of these up to comms. Okay, now in terms of the ship, what's its performance like? Let's just get it flight ready. Where are we? Power off, power on, engines on. Where are we? Can't find any of the controls. There we are.
Engines online.
It's a noisy little ship, I'll tell you that much. It doesn't have any of the soundproofing that you get on some of the slightly larger ships. I mean, even the Aurora is quieter to fly than this. Right, so that's engines up, shields is up.
Takeoff complete.
And the reason the nose dipped and she went crazy like that was because I'd been using the mouse and I'd forgotten to center the joystick. So therefore she was offline. Now her rate of climb using vertical thrusters is nowhere near as fast as any of my other ships. Even the Prospector has a faster rate of climb than this. You can see on the HUD that right side top arrow type box showing 4,400, 500, 600. That's the altitude, and that took a lot longer. Even though we started at about 3,000 meters, that took a lot longer to hit 5,000 meters than it would have done even in the Prospector. In terms of horizontal speed, she's very quick accelerating, but her normal SCM top speed at about 140 is very slow. It's about the same as the Prospector. Just as a comparison measure, the Freelancers and the Origin 300 series are about 210. So she's about 2/3 the speed of those ships. Be interesting to see what the Origin 100i series can do when that's released in comparison to this. Okay, what happens if I crank it up to maximum? What do we get? Now we're going to have to go higher to get it. Take her up to about 10,000 or so, see what she gives us at 10,000. Giving us about 540 at 10,000 meters. Well, she is still pushing it up there. I think I saw on the ship matrix that she tops out at about 800. Looking at the scale, would seem about right. Okay, so we're coming up towards the 14,000 meter mark, and she's pushing us over 700. But she's going to be topping out very soon, like I say, at about 800. And that leaves us significantly below any of the other ships, which tend to all be over 1,000. A lot of them are nearer to 1,200. You get the odd one or two that go up to about 1,300, 1,400. Oh, she's pushing up there towards 900. It says her terminal velocity is going to be over 900, but how's she doing? She's still pushing past the 900 there. Redlining like crazy. Just nudge a little bit back off her speed, see how she does. So at 24,000 meters on a moon, you would be out of atmosphere at this point. She's doing 925. Okay, let's just bring her down to a more normal speed. Swing her back round towards area 18, wherever it may be. Probably over there somewhere. We might have to use spool quantum just to get a direction on it. That looks like it up there. Yeah, there we are. Area 18 away up there. That's fine. That gives us time to show a few things. Right. We're coming in just under 20,000 meters. It's warning us we're near a restricted area. That's fair enough. Okay, so what's she like on her maneuvering? Okay, let's try a victory roll or a barrel roll. She feels manageable but slow on that maneuver. I keep comparing her to the Prospector, but that's because the Prospector is currently the sluggishest, whatever, you know what I mean. It's the most sluggish ship in my fleet right now. And her roll speed is about the same as that. Let's just see what she's like on doing a loop. Whoops. Hang on. My joystick is off center. The base of the joystick's been twisted, so I didn't get a straight pull back on that. Let's just try that again. Well, that's better. Again, pretty slow. The Prospector is certainly faster at doing that type of roll. On the yaw, again, I would say she's slower. Not by much. On the yaw, she's a little slower than the Prospector. Obviously a lot slower than the likes of the 315P. Although some of the bigger ships, like the Freelancers, may be slow, in fact almost certainly are slower than the Pisces. And what's her brakes like? Point her at the ground. We're on full throttle at regular speed without scrolling it up into the red. Wait for 15,000, hit 0 on the throttle. There we go. And she stopped within 350 meters. Going from full throttle to 0 throttle in a nosedive, she stopped dead. Just push her up again. 14,000, I'll 0 the throttle. There we go. Yeah, that time she stopped it just under 300. I might have been a little quicker getting the throttle off. Take it down to 13,000 and try it. Yeah, just under 300 that time. So she's got about a 300 meter full speed to 0 speed stop range, which is pretty good. Certainly for interdictions in Quantum, if it was a police interdiction, you'd be thankful for that. Now, I mentioned about she had a number of roles that you could treat as special. Let's just find our area 18 and get ourselves a landing spot. What's that? That's area 17. OM2. That must be area 18 up there, it is. Alright. Let's just head across there and we'll get ourselves a landing spot. Just throw a bit of speed on it. As you can see, that acceleration is very, very quick. I would say that she accelerates faster than even the 315P. My 315P is customized. It's a bit of a speed machine. It's not quite obviously as good as an M50, but it's a lot quicker than a standard 315P. So I quite like the acceleration on this. Great for getting yourself out of trouble. Now in the back you've got the 2 jump seats, which are designed for passengers, and I presume that the environmental suite in the ship is designed for carrying 3 people. But if you had no cargo on board, you could, in theory, get as many as 8 people, 4 each side, standing on that cargo grid, or doing a stealthy insertion. The ship is very small. It would be a very hard target to hit, and especially if you were going in at treetop level, you could insert an assault team very, very close to the target I don't know what her armor's like. She's got a standard small shield, but even just one small shield generator on a ship this small is going to be quite durable, unless it gets hit by some severely big guns. So that's a very quick look at the Pisces. In fact, I'll tell you what I do. If I just level her off there, see if we can get her to hold her altitude. He's just about holding it there. And just in case, we'll bring her back down to regular speed. Go outside the ship, have a look. That's her silhouette from above. Obviously it'll be the same from below, even though I'm flying around with the undercarriage down. Didn't realise that. Very, very small profile here. Very, very small. A much smaller profile than even one of the 300 series. And she's very, very precise to fly. Let's see if we can find a tall tower to put her down on, and I should be able to show you what she's like at landing. Somebody down there's found a tower, lucky, good for them. Let's head for that block of towers over there. Less traffic in that area. And one of these has got to have a landing pad on it. Yeah, that looks like a landing pad there.
Landing gear deployed.
Two landing pads on this. Spoilt for choice. Bring her in. Strafe in a little bit. We might be a little nose down there. Want to go forward just a little as well. Get it more central on the pad.
Landing complete.
A little bit heavy on the thump, but never mind. So yeah, that's
Engines offline.
that's the Anvil C8 Pisces, and I know a lot of you are going to want to know about the weapons. Let's have a quick look at the outside of the hull again. Right, the C8 is the standard ship and is the one that comes with the Carrack. It's available to rent free at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo at Area 18 over the next week or so. This one comes with two size 1 guns there. I'm not sure if those are Matrox repeaters or just general laser cannons. You've got two size 1 missiles here, which look like infrared tracking. Seems a bit silly that they're right next to a gimbaled thruster that could be throwing hot air across the warhead, but there you go. Now, if you get the C8X, which is the standalone ship, which is available for about $36 at the moment, so it makes it a bit of an LTI token. According to the artwork that we saw for the concept, It looks like the extra guns go under there alongside the missiles. One on each side, obviously. So you'd have 2 in the nose, 2 back in the wings, and I would just hope that that does not give you problems with convergence, because, well, it's not too bad a spread, I suppose, when you look at it. You can see the missiles quite clearly if you imagine that the extra 2 guns were outboard of the missiles, and that should be fine. But a very small ship. I just turn around, you have a look, see. You can see when I'm standing next to it, it's barely 1.5 times my height, and with the undercarriage up, the thickness of the body is only marginally more than the height of a man. Makes it probably one of the smallest profile ships in the game, apart from the likes of the Merlin and the Archimedes. Obviously the dedicated racers would be smaller as well. So that's it. Hope that's useful to you. Ship matrix and ship details page have been added for it on the rsi.com website. The information on them is incomplete though, and the one thing that it doesn't state on there is that although it is jump drive capable, it comes without a jump drive, and you'll have to buy it as a second component, as a standalone component that you then install in the ship. I'm just looking to see if we can see a label for where it goes. We can't. Generally, I've found that jump drives fit in the roof as well. They don't tend to fit in side cupboards. So, there we are. A little extra from me, celebrating the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo in Star Citizen at Area 18 on ArcCorp in the Stanton system. If you fancy one of these, there is a special page for picking these up during the expo. LTI for War Bond, or I've forgotten how much insurance it is if you're using store credit, but at about $36 each-ish, I can't remember the exact price. They're well worth probably grabbing a couple as LTI tokens. Keep one for the fun of it, and use another one to get yourself a bigger ship that doesn't come with LTI. And as I was saying, you should be able to get about 4 people per side over here. Maybe 3 in the bay and then 1 stood slightly out, plus the 2 in the jump seats. So you should be able to get a 10-man insertion into one of these. It's not going to be a gunship as such, but could use it for a stealth inserter. Right, from me for now, it's thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, give the channel a subscribe, give the video a like, leave your comments down below. And as always, it's not goodbye, it's just bye for now.